I want to welcome back to the show a gentleman, just a brilliant guy that we've had on the past on the show here to talk about some various charitable endeavors that he had been involved in. And he's got a new one that he's going to be talking about now that I wanted to get some more details on. As I want to welcome back to New Jersey today our very good friend from New Jersey Spine and Rehabilitation, and that being Dr. Richard Kaul. Dr. Kaul, good to talk to you again. Welcome back to New Jersey today. How are you, Doctor?
I'm doing great, Bert. Likewise, good to talk to you again.
Thank you. Good to have you back on. And the last time we talked, I believe it was late spring or early summer, where you were lending your talents and your services to returning veterans from overseas who were coming back to New Jersey. You were giving your medical service free of charge. Can we just kind of have a recap on that, on how that went with everything?
Yeah, that went great, actually. We had we had and have had a really good response nationwide to the Project Backbone, and we had a lot of inquiries from veterans around the country and with complaints of back problems. And we actually have our first patient from that project coming up to the facility in November. So the response was great, and we're looking forward to be able to help the troops.
Excellent. And Dr. Kaul, before we talk about your newest charity that you have here, give my listeners a little bit of a background about you, because that's something we might have gleaned over the last time we had you on the air. Talk about New Jersey Spine and Rehabilitation, and a little bit more about yourself.
Okay, well, I'm a minimally invasive spine specialist, and we're based up in Pompton Lakes, New Jersey. And our focus at NJSR has been on minimally invasive spine surgery, primarily in the outpatient setting. And we've, over the years, developed a number of innovative techniques and approaches that allow physicians to carry out surgeries that were really once the mainstay of our hospital procedures, but to carry these out on a same-day basis. And this has led to improved clinical outcomes, and also has led to economic savings.
And how long have you been involved in spine and rehabilitation services, Dr. Kaul?
We've had the practice now, it's been in existence almost 9 years.
Wow. Okay. Dr. Richard Kaul, our guest of the New Jersey Spine and Rehabilitation. And Dr. Kaul, if you could talk about your latest charity, the Spine Africa Project. Can you tell us about that?
Yes. This project, actually, it kind of began about 3 years ago. And the way that I got involved in the Congo was a friend of mine who's half Congolese and half Belgian. She was setting up a school in the Congo, and she asked me if I'd be interested in accompanying her in a kind of general humanitarian way. So I went out to the Congo, and it was initially in November 2008. And whilst I was out there, I was able to tour one or two of the government clinics. And then I realized that there was no provision for spine care, and that there was a really high incidence of young men and women with spinal injuries and with prematurely degenerated spines. So that was the seed of the project.
And I'm sure for you, Dr. Kaul, as a medical professional, anytime you go to another country or you go to somewhere else and you see inadequate medical care, it's got to eat you up inside, because you know you can do better and you have more to offer.
Yeah, that's exactly right. What I saw out there and what I realized was going on, it occurred to me very clearly that with a small amount of help, with the expertise that we have here in North America and in Europe, that we would be able to make a huge difference to these people's lives. And although the project is a big commitment, because we're trying to put together a larger medical team to be able to go back every 3 months, whilst we're out there, and we were there actually back in August, the difference and the effect that we have upon people's lives was to me was startling.
Is it an easy sell for you, Dr. Kaul, to get other medical professionals on board with what it is you hope to accomplish?
Yes, it is. I mean, there's been a really overwhelming response from other professionals in the spine care field who want to contribute their time and expertise to the project. So I've been very encouraged by that.
Our guest is Dr. Richard Kaul of New Jersey Spine and Rehabilitation, and we're talking about the Spine Africa Project. And Dr. Kaul, I wanted to bring to attention about a very special fundraiser which is coming up in November. Can you tell us about that?
Yes. This is the first fundraiser for the project, and we're going to be having it in New York City. It's November the 12th, and we're trying to raise enough funds with this first fundraiser to allow us to return in December. We have our next trip planned from December the 11th to December the 18th. And we're also in the process of collecting materials and surgical instruments and equipment that we're going to be shipping beforehand, as we already have a number of cases scheduled for our return trip.
And I'm sure, Dr. Kaul, when it comes to your trips over to Africa, you probably see it's a combination of things. I'm sure there's you hear talks of civil war and civil unrest taking place there, and I'm sure just the overall general impoverished states of the places you have been to, which is why we need a service like this one.
Yeah, I mean, and with the Eastern Congo, there was a big spillover there from the civil war in Rwanda, so. There was a hugely destructive effect upon the infrastructure, and health and the provision of health was one of those main casualties. So I've travelled pretty extensively around the world, and that has to be one of the areas where I think healthcare services are most needed.
And any time you can volunteer your services or lend your talents to make the world a little bit of a better place, you probably feel good doing it, right?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Definitely. Okay. For more details on this, you can log on to spineafricaproject.org, and we do have a link on our Facebook fan page. If you just want to go there, you can go ahead and click on the link. But again, the special event, Dr. Kaul, November 12th?
Yes, November 12th, and that's going to be in New York City.
Okay, excellent. And it's a fundraiser for the Spine Africa Project.
Yes, that's
excellent.
correct.
Dr. Kaul, as always, a pleasure to talk to you. Bless you for your wonderful endeavors, and safe travel back and forth, and I hope we can talk again soon, okay?
Great. Thanks a lot, Bert.